You know. Okay. So I would like to welcome you in the Wilhelma. It's a zoological botanical garden. It's only one of two in Europe. The Wilhelma is very old. It had been founded by the Royal of Baden-Württemberg in 1846. So most of these houses you see here, they are the original houses from this epoch. So afterwards you are going to see some very huge greenhouses, and they were the first cast iron greenhouses right here, except of the Palace of Vienna. Okay, they're quite gentle. Okay, so I'm give you a short cut of our collection. So we have about 1,000 different species of animals, and we've got about 9,000 different species of plants. Many of them are so-called scientific collections, so they're very valuable. So maybe you know CITES, the Agreement of Washington for endangered species. So if on any airport, for example, they find illegal plants or animals, they come to the Wilhelma and we have to keep them and take care. So for example, we have about 1,350 different kinds of orchids. And as you know, usually scientific botanical gardens, they just collect wild species. So for example, Coffea arabica or Canephora, but no varieties, because variety is something for farmer, it's not scientific, so they don't like it usually. But the king here said that for mankind it's also important to keep these varieties which had been produced by human beings, by agriculture, because in 1846 there had been some years where the weather was very bad and the people here in Germany, they were starving because of missing food. So he said this place is not only for scientific collections, but even for plants which are valuable for the people just as food plants or as sources of energy. And this was the main reason why we said, so if anyone should collect coffee varieties, this is the right place. And we are far away from all your plantations. Yes. So even if there are some diseases or some pests, if we are lucky, they won't arrive here at the
Great.
Okay, so it's a kind of backup for you, for all people which join the project.
How many species and variety of coffee do you have?
Right now we have just about 70 varieties
Okay.
of
That's
coffee.
a lot.
And I think you have more on the plantation. You said about 60, between 70 varieties just on your farm.
No, we have like between 20 and 30.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, then the Dutras,
The Dutras, yeah,
they
the
had been
Dutras,
so we, but we just started about 6 years ago.
Great.
But after this, after the coffee summit, if everything will germinate, which we received right now, I think we are going to have about 80, between 80 and 90 different
Cool.
varieties. And wild species, I think we have about 5 or 6. But then the main collection is in, maybe you might know, in Kew Gardens.
Yep.
They have nearly all real wild coffee species, about 120 different
Species you're talking about?
Yeah.
Those from Madagascar as well?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. But the majority of them, they don't taste very, very good. So you should check it. Okay, so we have 3 different types of greenhouses. We have one are historical greenhouses that we keep them in the same way the king kept it. So we have about 5 generations of people which are visiting the same place and they see the same picture. It's even for us, it's very nice. So sometimes there's a grandmother with more than 90 years old. She enters the house and she stops and she says to her children and grandchildren, it looks the same as when I was here with my grandmother when I entered the
Oh, wow.
So this is something very special for us. Then we have these collection houses like this one. We just show the big variety of different plants and animals. For example, here all plants from different areas where there's desert. And then we have habitat houses where we make a very close copy of the real existing habitat. It's always a cooperation between National Park, a scientific university. So we have a Sonora Desert where we work very close together with scientists in Mexico, Sonora. We have a Tapajos Rainforest House where we work close together with the University of Santarém. So where we try to show the people here, which are very far from tropical areas, how the different vegetations, ecosystems work, how they look like. And we also have free living animals to create the same sounds, even the plants with the typical smell, where you can smell like this desert smells like if you're in the desert. But we won't have a lot of time, so we have to hurry a little bit. And behind the scenes, we have more than 10,000 square meters under glass. All the scientific collections are behind the scenes, but I think most of them, they are more or less boring for you because they are just houses of houses of houses with orchids, with orchids, of orchids. So I think we keep to the historical part. It's more interesting for me.
Thank you.
These species are very, very special. They are very old. In German, they are called mother-in-law seeds. You know? Yeah, if you're married, it's the mother from your wife. Like a barcode in the thorn. They're very thin stripes. You can even touch them. If you touch them with the nail, you can feel them. It's not flat.
So how would that tell the age?
You need the nail. Can you feel it?
Wow.
The nail? Yeah.
It's like the strap they use in shopping mall to prevent shoplifting.
Yes, yeah. It's the same. So, and each vegetation period on this plate, the cactus makes one line, but only on this plate. So if I take this one, I can count this one, and I know how old this part of the cactus is.
1 year, 1 line? Or?
Yeah, right.
But
They are still here.
They're 150 years old.
The orchid collection, they're always kept behind glass because many of them are very fragile and very small. Many of them are just flowering for 2 days. So the gardener are just working in this place every 2 days and changing the flowering plants.
So one.
As I told you, we have some historical houses. So this house looks like this since 1852. No change. Even this plant, which is covering the ground, had been discovered by a scientist from the Kew in 1839. And since this time, they are growing in the same place, a plant on the same place. What you can see here now is, if we walk here around, some parts of our lemon collection, we have about 60 different kinds of historic lemon trees. The oldest one, there are also varieties among them. The oldest variety is from Pizarra, is it called? Here we are digging down in the ground to keep the plants more deeper to the ground, just to have the possibility to show them. But this is going to work just for about 10 more years, and then we won't have the possibility to show them here because they are too big for the doors.
No.
What kind of fish is this?
Should be.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, this is a lionfish.
oh, this is sexy.
Red lionfish.
Okay.
This one should be the spot sweetie.
Okay.
Yeah. As I told you, you can always see.
Hidden mango.
It's mango.
Mango.
ต้องยืน
Ah.
ยืนเนี่ยพวกเรายืนกันเลยเนี่ย3-4 คน Can you get into the cameras now
Okay.
please everyone
Okay.
Crocodiles to make them jump.
Jump.
So he can let them jump out up to 2 meters. It's heavy.
So it's the biggest crocodile in Europe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh my god. Iguana? No?
No, iguana is from the rainforest.
So this is?
I don't know.
I think he's Eric.
But I think, for example, if you look at the jellyfish right here, I like them very much.
Oh yes.
If you have it in your living room, I think it's quite relaxing.
Jellyfish.
We saw this in Okinawa as well. There's an aquarium there.
The public area. So the main reason why all this exists is that the king, they found a mineral water spring right here, which comes out with 17 degrees Celsius, even in winter. So in Germany it's very cold, we have -degrees in winter. And this was the reason why. Hello. The garden, yes. But this is not the coffee collection, it's just what we show for the people. It's a traditional garden, which all plants in here are just eatable or used for medicine reason.
Oh.
Maybe you can identify many of them because you
Herbs.
know them from the garden.
thanks very much I will come with
I remember them being Mundo Novo. Are they? Variety.
So they are different. We don't know which one, but even if you look, you can see that the leaves are a little bit different.
Yeah.
And even the,
Is it a berry?
you can take the seeds to your plantation and check them because just try.
Let me try. You mean
And
try with
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just eat it.
Ooh, it tastes like
Dun,
good.
dun, 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 dun.
No eating. No.
So, not for eating?
Ele comeu a casca, não pode comer a casca. Não.
But I won't die, right?
It depends on the area from Brazil. We had farmers from Brazil, and they always eat the complete food. I have eaten it very often, and I'm still alive.
Oh, okay.
No problem.
Oh.
So, for example, if you take the juice of it, you get most of the color from the outer side because inside it's just white. You know, like wine grapes, where there's the color. In the
I know.
Okay, so now we're entering Amazonian rainforest.
Happy right here?
As you can see, we have a very close connection with the Tapajos National Forest. So this is a copy of this forest with the same sounds, with the same smells. We know that it's just impossible to rebuild a rainforest, but we can just bring together the typical animals and plants to create the same scenery, the same sounds. And if you walk through this house, we have to get in quickly because we have many free living animals and we don't want to get out. So maybe right now it's quite.
Are there dangerous animals here?
Many of them.
Oh, man.
Yeah. No, there are 40 different free living animals, and as I told you, we are not in the whole botanical garden, the zoo. We just do biological pest control, because we are open for 365 days a year. So since World War II, this place had just been closed for 1 day. And many free living animals, so we have the same problem than you on the plantation if you don't want to work with herbicides. If we have a problem, we always need a solution, another animal. So if you walk through the house, for example, right now we have big problems with a new kind of ant. It's called whitefoot ant from Asia. And to control this ant, we have these frogs They just feed on ants. They were just about the size of my finger. And we brought them out. So every time we think now it works, there's one animal getting out of control, and then we have to find a solution for this. So now we walk through the house, and you can have a closer look. You can see some of the animals, and each animal in the house has its job. For example, for pollination. So this is, for example, the biggest predator in the house. It's a toad. It's about this size. It feeds on rat. And on mice, yeah. So they keep the house clean at night.
So rats get in?
Yeah, they can get everywhere.
Oh wow.
Okay, so just come in. Well, the biggest breeding mammals are agouti. Maybe you know them. Agouti are like the size of the rat.
A sloth. Oh, a sloth. Yeah. Can I squeeze them?
มันก็ไม่ช้าอะไรขนาดนั้นนะ
For example, as I told you, it's always good to have a closer look. For example, there, over there, you see this is one.
So they eat fruit, don't they?
No,
Iguana.
you see some vegetables.
This wooden rabbit in the